Good morning, everyone. It is serotonin. I'm doing a little study on Jeff Bridges today, and I didn't want to take a little time to acknowledge that I did remove a video yesterday. It was the one mocking the Bernie Sanders Coachella lineup. I was making basically a flippant comment based on my own personal political views, based on my life in Democratic Socialist Canada. I've lived here my entire life. I've also lived in England and France, which recognize themselves as Democratic Socialist in countries. And so, therefore, I do know what I'm talking about, and I do know the abject poverty, the limitations, the monopolies of corporations that are put on people who live well under the poverty line in these democratic socialist countries, as I do. Just ask the 80 plus week protests happening in France. That's a good answer for is democratic socialism working in those countries. So I removed the Bernie Sanders video because it was a pretty stupid video at the end of the day. So I recognize that, but it doesn't change the way I think or feel about any of that stuff. So moving forward, Global Vision mirrored a very interesting breakdown of a movie called The Giver. And what is so super interesting about this movie was pointed out also by Yellow Rose for Texas as being a very important movie to watch. So I began to watch this preview, or not preview, but this review, this person's review of the movie. And the main character in the movie is Jeff Bridges, which is really interesting because Jeff Bridges is not this guy. Jeff Bridges is the main person in the movie. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, White Squall. Okay. This one, which has been offered to us to watch by the Q team many, many times. White Squall. In fact, the phrase, where we go one, we go all, which is a huge factor of the Q movement. It's one of the things that mean something to us. It's become a very important phrase for so many of us because we have slowly begun to realize that it's not us against them. It really is where we go one, we go all. And while so many people on this planet view everything as us and them, those of us who have been watching and helping in the scenes behind the scenes have more and more begun to realize that it isn't us and them. It is where we go one, we go all. And if we're not doing it for all of us, then we're not doing it properly. All of this began to foment, and suddenly I remembered another important person that Jeff Bridges has been in his movies. And that, my friends, is, of course, the dude. Now, The Big Lebowski is a very interesting and bizarre movie, and there's a lot about it that I don't like. But the one thing I do like about the movie is the dude, the way he thinks, and the kind of person he is. And believe me, when that movie came out, there weren't a lot of heroes on the silver screen, so to speak, that had his qualities. Nobody was, other than the Tao of Steve, which was another movie that came around the same time, there was nobody who was offering up this position, this way of being. So who is Jeff Bridges to us? Well, Bridges is an interesting aspect, isn't it? So let's keep an eye on him. If you guys have anything else that you wanted to mention about Jeff Bridges, I would be very interested to hear about that, because there seems to be a bit of a theme going for him. So, dudism is a religion or philosophy or lifestyle inspired by the dude. Dudism has sometimes been regarded as the mock religion due to its use of comedic film references and occasional criticism of religion in its traditional sense, but its founder and many adherents take the underlying philosophy very seriously. Founded in 2005 by a man called Oliver Benjamin, a journalist based in Chiang Mai, Thailand, Dudism's official organizational name is the Church of the Latter-day Dude. An estimated 450,000 Dudist priests have been ordained worldwide as of May 2017, and marriages have been officiated legally by Dudist clergy in some U.S. states. The Dudist belief system is essentially a modernized form of Taoism, stripped of all its metaphysical and medicinal doctrines. Dudism advocates and encourages the practice of going with the flow, being cool-headed and taking it easy in the face of life's difficulties, believing that this is the only way to live in harmony with our inner nature and the challenges of interacting with other people. It also aims to assuage feelings of inadequacy that arise in societies which place a heavy emphasis on achievement and personal fortune. Consequently, simple everyday pleasures like bathing, bowling, and hanging out with friends are seen as far preferable to the accumulation of wealth and the spending of money as a means to achieve happiness and spiritual fulfillment. There have been many books written, and it's a movement, and it's pretty cool. So, I don't know what it all means, but what's with Jeff Bridges? Anyway, help me out, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.